I just realised I had the mute on as well. And yes, I did have the face camera sitting there when I didn't realise that's the one I had chosen. I'm Boundy, Psychic Medium, bringing you the daily Lenormand card spread reading. And wow, yesterday it didn't work. For some reason, I did do the live stream, and when I went through to do the checking afterwards, it hadn't recorded it anywhere at all. And yet I was going through the full process. I did about 10 minutes of a reading and it wasn't there. I decided not to redo it, so we'll hopefully have it for the stream today. I'm not noticing any comments yet, but that is okay. We'll see how it goes. It is saying I am going live, and it is to my YouTube channel, the rosboundy profile, the rosboundy page, and the mytimetv.live page on Facebook, those three destinations. Also to the Soul Software, Soulpreneurs app. So that's where the other one is. And it looks like something's working because Narelle has joined in. Good morning to you, Narelle. Having computer issues, yes. At some point soon I will have, hopefully be able to get the DOS together basically to do a new Mac computer. They're a lot of money, so who knows when that might be. We're going to go across to the cards now, though, and see what they have for us. I'm hoping I've lined it up properly because I didn't check that either. I knew I was going to be late, so yeah, weird. I've had issues. Here we go. Let's go across to the cards. Right, tune into, and I didn't have it lined up. As you can see, it is the very bright sunshine through the window. Natural lighting again, this one. So I've left it that way because that's how I like it. I do prefer it with the natural lighting. This is the Fairy Tale Lenormand deck again that I've done. This is the tin, and it's the cards that are written by Arwen Lynch, and the artwork is Lisa Hunt. Beautiful deck of cards, and I probably will read again from the guidebook purely because these are fairy tales that some here may not have seen or understood that there is actually even a Lenormand deck that's based on fairy tales. So here's the little guidebook. It's just a tiny one. Lovely little set because you can see how easily these fit into my hand. They're a small deck, and that's what I like about them. So here we go. What we've got is the, sorry, I bumped the camera. The garden card, the sun and the lady. It's very much around being outside and in that beautiful energy of what is Mother Nature, with that lady being present to enjoy it as part of the influence for the day today. So we're going to start with the garden card here, and it's card 20. So this is beautiful depictions of little creatures in here too. That's as far up as I can actually zoom it, but you can see the several children hanging around there in the trees. One just standing looking there at that one, and here we've got another that is sitting near a bush, I think, near some flowers. So whether it sees some fairies in there, who knows? The child, they all look gorgeous. So the garden is about friends, festivities, acquaintances and gatherings. So this story is from Oscar Wilde. We learn about the selfish giant, and this also is, if I tease that out just a little further, you'll see there is a giant shown in here as well. So looks pretty nifty. I love the artwork. So what we have here from this story is the selfish giant who has a beautiful garden but won't allow anyone to enter. So because he refuses to let the children in, the garden remains in winter. So the giant finally hears a bird singing. When he looks out, his garden is beginning to bloom again because one brave child has crawled into the garden through a hole. The giant learns that having friends is the key to living a good life. So once he's begun to open his garden and his heart to others, he realizes how much he gains from his friends and neighbors. This card reminds us of the importance of community. So it can indicate a festive time or friends and family gatherings. It is a Sunday today too, so how appropriate is that? So for specific timing needs, this can be a Sunday. The next sentence that I read. The card, sometimes also called park, and may feature a public place where people gather. And the garden, the park, is about the public. You can't really have a full-on garden inside your house as much as we can with pot plants and things like that. It is an outside thing. It is public. Don't we like to show off our gardens for those who really love doing that? I'm not the best of, but it's fun to do those things in a garden and to have others appreciate it as well. Now we're going to go to the sun, which is an absolute imperative for our gardens. We need the sun as the energy that helps sustain and have those the chlorophylls and all that sort of stuff do their things within the plants that create the gardens and gives health to the soil, all things. Now, sun, as far as the energy goes too, is that more masculine of energies that we're aware of. So with sun, the key words are opportunities, success, and vitality. So it's wonderful to see this one. It's a depiction from the tale that's called Little Daylight. And it's a beautiful young princess. She is cursed to sleep through each day and awaken each night, transformed into an old woman. So she's doomed until her hero arrives. Hence that lovely depiction of her hero coming to save her. It's wonderful, isn't it? So when he sees her as an old dying woman, he feels sorry for the woman. Let me start that one again. When he sees her as an old dying woman, he feels sorry for the old woman, so he kisses her. That breaks the spell. You see the sun shining down on them in this beautiful card because he was successful. So surrounding them are resilient moonflowers, which represent the cycles Princess Daylight had to go through before her own reward came. So the prince took the opportunity to kiss an old woman out of the goodness of his heart. When the sun shines in your reading, which it is today, of course, otherwise we wouldn't be reading it, good things are coming. So put that intention into your day and just know and trust good things are coming. The world will sparkle with chances for you. Look for those openings in life. So when you take advantage of them, success will naturally follow. Sometimes these lucky events can be disguised, like Princess Daylight in her crone form. So look for those instances. It's not always easy to see potentials for success. So when it shines, the sun shines, pay attention to hidden opportunities and avenues for growth. When it's overhead, good things are coming your way. It's in the center, so I'd consider this is actually overhead for the purposes of this reading. And then we have the Lady card, number 29. And this one is the one that looks like Cinderella. I think this probably is part of that story as far as the fairy tales go. And we have got Kat saying, good morning here now. Just got back from your run. It's hot, is it? Oh, I haven't been out for long enough to know if it's hot, but I don't run. I walk. I'm a lady. Here we have a lady in our readings. So, Carrie Ann, good morning to you. Hope you're going better this morning as well. So good morning. And hi from Adair. How are you, Adair? Hope your boat's rocking gently. Presuming that you're up on your Dare to Dream at the moment. So here we go for the lady, this one here that we're looking at now. So the key words are pretty obvious: lady, woman, female influence, female partner, or soulmate. Depends which perspective you're looking at this from. So there are two versions of the lady in this deck. So there's the peasant princess or the peasant. This one actually does indicate we're looking at the peasant. So I'll go down to where that mentions it, or I'll read the both. Hang on, let's have a look as you like. We do have the peasant one. The lady is the quintessential feminine figure of the land of fairy tales. So the princess needs her love match in all of the classic tales. She's the one who makes the hero yearn to be better. Feminist leanings aside, the lady represents the feminine side of life. So here, now that is describing the princess. In the peasant lady, we feature Cinderella. Remember that no matter if a lady is a servant or a princess, her role in the tale is important. Her presence in the Lenormand deck is straightforward. If your question is for a woman, this card is that woman. If it's a man, she's the woman in his life, that type of thing. So pay attention to her hands. Is she reaching for a particular card? Who is, and this is if it's in the direction of a grand tableau, as we've seen before with some of these decks descriptions. So the fact that it's a Cinderella, there's not much information there about the Cinderella one. It's only describing the princess, really. Well, that's okay. We know the story of Cinderella is the one where she came from being the lowest of low in the hierarchy of the household to the highest of high, being the princess and marrying her prince. All of that. So, yeah, a beautiful flow of these cards. So we can expect that is the brave taking the step to enjoy that public place of the garden. Even though the giant had fenced it off, they managed to open it up and it just bloomed and blossomed and created community. It grew that friendship with the giant. Instead of him being alone, he was now within that community of children and playfulness and enjoying his own garden that was blossoming. All of this continues to flow with that beautiful shining energy of the sun and being brave enough to look past that is the looks and see that, touching into the heart space and bringing compassion forward and love for others, regardless of looks, age, all of that. And we complete it with that Cinderella story of looking beyond, being true to self from that heart space and doing what you are so designed for, that the who you are, who you've grown into being, instead of putting on the pomp and graces and etc. of what might be the princess. We're here in this Cinderella story, moving from that is what others perceive as less than, but staying within our own self and being who we are and blossoming into. It's that beautiful energy of blossoming into who we truly are at the heart of our self, that inner self. And we've got the beautiful heart there from Kat. Thank you for sharing that. It's gorgeous, isn't it? And it is beautiful today. It's beautiful here today as well. Beautiful blue skies, not a cloud in sight at the moment. I've already set the sprinkler going. And good morning to Shaz, and say good morning to all. It's putting ourselves within our own space of self, not limiting ourselves to what other people's perceptions or opinions are of us, but really living that who we are, and even going out of our own comfort zone if we're feeling that stretch, that desire, that calling from somewhere else. And it could be the spirit realm, it could be our guiding angels and spirits asking us to step further out of our comfort zone so that we are stretching and growing and being even more of who we are to those who are partners and community in our humanity. Okay, that's what I'm feeling from this reading. I think it's a lovely sharing style of card set this morning, with the garden and the sun shining on it all in that central position, but being us, no matter who we are, no matter what we look like, and whatever age, anything, be you. And so, Narelle, you've been enjoying your outdoors this weekend, not with plants, but it's your Christmas decorations. Oh, lovely. You feel like the old women in the cards sometimes? Oh, they are lovely cards, aren't they? We are the number of years that we've been present here on our earth, but that doesn't mean we are an age. Be you in whatever age you think it feels like. Our memories are there to bring some of those feelings back into our heart space, our conscious awareness, so that we can feel youthful again and be the children playing in the garden, that we can have that level of energy that, even if it's not the physical energy, it is that is within us as the renewing all the time, learning, going on adventures, even if it's just in our mind with a good book. All of those things that we can use as our tools to be more of who we are and continue to learn a little more each time of who we are, of taking our own energy and being able to regenerate and heal ourselves if we feel that something's not quite right. The only person that can change that is ourself. We're responsible for that and how we perceive and understand what our life is and what's involved in being me. Okay, so hopefully that's something that can help you and guide you as you look at cards for yourself. Buy a deck, a favorite deck. Feel into different types of ways that you can help yourself along with that. Writing, do journals, meditation, all sorts of different things. So I'm pleased that it's actually gone out properly this morning with all the technology. So lovely to be here and feel that, I can trust my tools again here. So tomorrow morning, hopefully it will work again and be what it is for us as our tapping into what we understand of ourselves by these various tools and connecting with our spiritual realm, don't forget. Okay. Oh, thank you, Sani. Lovely, lovely. Thank you. Now, I'll leave it at that. I'm pretty sure there should be the link to the psychic.online if you want more readings. There is and I will put it in here, it's still needing updating, the rosboundy.com.au. I've got links in there for different services I do, as well as just the readings. So that should go out to the Rosboundy page, the YouTube, and mytimetv.live. You won't have the links show in the profile because Facebook doesn't allow that. Okay, so if you do see the link there, you know you're on one of the pages. If you don't, well, you're not. You're in my profile, okay? Or the Soulpreneurs, because it doesn't do that into the Soulpreneurs app either. Lovely to play with the technology, isn't it? I have fun pressing the buttons, as you know. Oh, and the other thing I was going to let you know is the rescue dog that I had posted elsewhere in my page at social media and that, I did need to let him go. We had an issue on the weekend, well, Friday morning, I think it was. What was it, Saturday? What's today, Sunday? Yesterday, a new foster mum picked him up. He got a grass seed. I've got a garden that has quite a lot of grasses, and I hadn't even thought of that when I said yes to taking Fred in and, the settling in period. He got a grass seed up his nose, did have to be sedated at the vets to get it out. And I thought, well, I don't really want to risk repeating that, since one of the things he didn't really like was having a brush close to him. So I couldn't brush his coat even. And with the amount of prickly seeds that are here, it was better for him to be able to find a new home that has less of that around, or none at all would be ideal. He's a lovely, lovely dog. So you may see him advertised for those who are local to this area in Adelaide area, Tiny Tails. He will be up for adoption again shortly. So my perfect pup will come again another time. So it was lovely having him visit. So I thought I'd just share that while I was online here. So thank you for being you and joining in with me. You know how much I appreciate you. So keep being the best you that you can be. And namaste. Until tomorrow. Bye for now.